टी अवार्ड्स से हमने रामदेव अग्रवाल जी से भी बात की थी, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर जी से भी बात की थी, बहुत सारे लोगों से बात की थी। आइए आपको वो कुछ और वॉइसेस सुनवाते हैं।
There is a headwind, there is a tailwind. Headwind on the earning side, tailwind on the multiple side. Because what is happening is the interest rates are rising. So multiples are supposed to be contracting, but it will be very sectorally kind of a thing. Some places where multiples are very high, that will contract, but overall markets are likely to see lower multiples, but earnings are galloping. So if earnings remain intact, then market will find balance somewhere.
Sir, somewhere back 5-6 years back, you said that earnings growth is scarcity. Right now, earnings growth across industry is not that scarce?
No, larger sectors like, say, your BFSI, banking and all, they are coming back. PSU banks, which are down and out, that's coming back big way. So, bank balance sheet, every nation is about its own bank. How strong is the bank? If your finance is very strong, the country is likely to do very well. So this time, after 8-10 years, all the balance sheets are clean, corporate balance sheets are clean, bank balance sheets are clean, well provided. COVID has further kind of seen. So I think we are in a very good credit turnaround cycle. Credit demand should pick up, credit cost should come down. So I think we should have a bumper, profit growth coming from banking sector as a whole. And the valuations are reasonable. So I think we have some kind of tailwind in the economy, except that this war and inflation, that nobody can predict, how the inflation will shape up. But let's see.
ऑल राइट, ये थे रामदेव अग्रवाल बाजार के बारे में बात करते हुए। हमने एक रेयर वॉइस राजेश वाधवा से ही बात की थी, एम्बिट के। वो भी पुराने इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर रह चुके हैं, एम्बिट ग्रुप, एम्बिट कैपिटल के सीईओ हैं, ऑडिटर, कॉर्पोरेट बैंक, इनफैक्ट M&A भी बहुत कर चुके हैं। और बाजार के बारे में आइए सुनते हैं वो क्या कह रहे थे।
Obviously the market is going through a bit of uncertainty. We should expect volatility and uncertainty over the next few weeks. Remember, all central governments at this point of time are making an effort to rein in inflation, which effectively means they will reduce liquidity, they will increase interest rates, and that's bound to have a negative impact on the market in the short run. So, all that I can say is that we are fortunate to be in India, an economy which perhaps is going to grow faster than any other economy in the world. And listen, even if we grow at 7.5%, we can deal with the inflation that we have in this country significantly better than any other Western nation at this point of time.
So you've looked at the banking space, investment banking space for really long. The number of deals, the number of QIP, the sizes of QIP and IPOs, does that surprise you now?
No, clearly what happened in 20 and 21 was outstanding. We don't see that trend in the current year. I know the LIC IPO has happened and we're all waiting to see how the listing of that IPO happens. Having said that, I think the capital markets, the primary issuances will take a bit of a breather this year in the sense that you won't see the same bullishness and you certainly won't see the same pricing. But I expect that the deal market generally, in particular the M&A market, is going to show significantly heightened activity. And sometimes during the course of the latter part of this year, as the world settles down and as inflation comes a little more under control, you will probably see a resurge in the ECM business.
When we just talk about India and the valuations, everybody is talking for the last 2 years that India is trading at an excessive premium, India is not falling versus others. What would you give that extra premium for?
Listen, there is no other country which is growing like India, and certainly there is no country which has a potential that India is demonstrating at this point of time. It's not just the services industry or the banking sector. I would argue government policy changes over the last 18 months augur very well for the manufacturing sector. So all in all, between positive government policy and the potential of the Indian economy to continue growing at a pace which is significantly greater than everybody else, tells me that India continues to deserve some premium to both emerging and global markets.
So just bullish over the next 5 years for India, much more than what you were earlier?
I would say that in the short term, we all need to be learning to brace with volatility. We all need to be cautious. But in the medium to long term, I continue to believe that India will outpace almost any other nation at this point of time.
सो एम्बिट कैपिटल के आप मिस्टर वाधवा को सुन रहे थे और क्लियरली वो कह रहे थे कि शॉर्ट टर्म में वॉलेटिलिटी रह सकती है लेकिन बाकी और फंडामेंटल्स भारतीय बाजारों के लिए इंटैक्ट है जिसके चलते एक प्रिफर्ड ऑप्शन होना चाहिए। चलिए एक बार फिर